It was a journey. Some of the paint is still wet.
Please stand by.
Well, hello there. It's been a very long time since I put up a video on this channel, and I felt like this was the perfect time to dive back in and do all the things that I've been putting off. Excuse me, Saul. Yeah, this is day something of being stuck inside, and I felt like I wanted to share things while I cannot share things with people in person. Story of how this video is coming about. I was supposed to take Casey, who's been in some of my videos before, who we do the podcast together, and it was his birthday. I was supposed to take him to Disney, and me and some of his friends got together to pool the money to let him do the whole, lightsaber experience that they have there, where you put together your own lightsaber and do all that kind of stuff. It was all set up. We were gonna go. He was gonna be surprised. It was gonna be great. Disneyland closed. Rightfully so. I do not think Disneyland should have remained open for any sort of reason during all of this. But, Disneyland closed. It was definitely not going to reopen by the 30th. And so we had to figure something else out. Instead of getting to take him to Disney, I was just going to surprise him with the fact that once, we get through all of this on the other side, once Disney opens up again, he's going to get a lightsaber, and we'll have his birthday party in a couple months-ish. So we did something else for his birthday, but to kind of still give him that surprise, since, there was no time and nowhere to really order or go out and get him a different birthday present, I decided to just surprise him with a giant life-size lightsaber birthday card instead. Since you can't buy those anywhere, I had to figure out how to make one. And luckily enough, I am a craft hoarder. I am a hoarder from years back. Some of these supplies I've had, since college, maybe? I tend to hold on to things because you never know when you're going to need them. And so I thought today I would show you how I made that birthday card. I already gave him the actual birthday card, and so I thought it would make us a different one. I made him the Luke blue lightsaber, which you can see in this or this or this or whatever. I think it turned out pretty well. It turned out like a decent size, decent shape, decent durability. So I figured if you have any people that love Star Wars that are having a birthday right now, or any kids that you need to surprise with something since they can't have a birthday party or anything like that, that this would be a cool kind of craft to do. You can pretty much make it with anything. I'm going to use, again, what I have here, and I think this time we're going to do Rey's yellow lightsaber, since I happen to have a crap ton of yellow craft foam. I figure I'll use that, and I'll show you how to make this impromptu birthday present card thing, so that you can maybe have some fun. If you're going to give it to a kid, the one I'm making is not that durable. It's, we're using a styrofoam base for this, so I would say either reinforce it with something like a wood dowel or steel or metal, something or other on the inside if you want them to be able to whack things with it. Otherwise, they'll break it, but hey, it's fun while they get it, and they get the surprise of getting to have a big thing on their birthday or what have you. Maybe you want to give it to them for Easter. I don't know. I think Easter has not happened yet. I think so. Animal Crossing would make me think Easter's happened, but I don't think it has. This is getting long and rambly, and I did not mean for it to. This is actually supposed to be very chill. Hopefully I'm going to put out some more videos during this whole time. But yeah, I thought let's not call it a comeback, since I've been here. Man, I don't know what quarantine is doing to my brain, but we're making a lightsaber. The first thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a base. I happen to just have giant sheets of foam, styrofoam. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're not like me. You just need something that's thick and semi-sturdy to just be the full base to hold the shape of it. You could probably use a big couple slabs of cardboard. You could make it out of, you could sew together something out of scrap fabric and stuff it with something. Styrofoam just happens to be what I have. I'm sure you can finagle it out of a couple different kinds of things, depending on what you have in your house. But I have styrofoam, so I'm gonna make it out of styrofoam. I guess we're gonna have to go kind of vlog style for this, because this setup is not going to work to show you how to make this. Or how I made this. I'm not good at tutorials. I tried. Hello, and welcome to the carpet that I have certainly not ruined forever. Let's cut some styrofoam. As you can see, I definitely have cut out the lightsaber shape. That doesn't look like anything else. You dirty, dirty-minded people. Ugh. Pardon all the squeaky sounds. Alright, so we are going to cut out a lightsaber shape on this piece of giant styrofoam and hope that the mess that is made is able to be fixed by a only semi-broken vacuum. Let's go! We just kind of have to get the idea. The hilt is a little bit thicker than the rest of the lightsaber, and then you just kind of have to hope that you draw it straight, because no one has time to use a ruler in these circumstances and these trying times. We must rely on our eyes. And also, we forget where we packed up the ruler. So, we're stuck. Ugh. Honestly, you just have to freehand it, and eventually I realized you couldn't see and switched to a better marker that actually worked. So hooray! So there we go. We have our basic lightsaber shape. Now, we need a knife. I like to use box cutters because I have like 50 of them through accidentally bringing them home from a job. These are probably going to be easier to use right now than scissors until you get the basic shape out, and then we'll use scissors to shape them, I think. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. We'll see. And now we flip it to see what kind of mess is on the other side. This one actually worked out better than the last time. So we can actually see the majority of the shape of this lightsaber. And now we prepare for something I never thought I would say. Styrofoam ASMR. And now for a brief intermission. We're going to trim this up to kind of make it a bit more even, but we're going to cover everything. I craft in the craft foam from, making masks and making other sorts of things out of it. The styrofoam felt like it was going to be hard to paint, so I can cover it with something. And so I decided to cover it with the color craft foam that you can just find in like the kids section of Michael's. It's not that expensive. It comes in a bunch of sheets. So I used the blue that I had, and I used up most of the blue I had to make the original one. So this time I have a whole ton of yellow craft foam. So we're going to actually make a raised yellow lightsaber. It's really not that bad. Like, honestly, it's just a lot of hot glue. You do need like some kind of glue for this. I used hot glue. You could probably use super glue. You could probably use whatever kind of glue you have. And eventually get to the bane of this entire project, which is the tip of the lightsaber. Because it's round, and craft foam does not want to go round unless you will use a heat source. And I did not feel like pulling out a blow dryer for this project. So you just have to cut and mold until you can just form it around the tip of the lightsaber. None of this sounds good. This sounds very, very dirty. I'm sorry. Please don't demonetize me for this. And I used some duct tape to wrap around it and just secure everything in place because styrofoam is a mess. And if you're trying to make something out of styrofoam, you're going to make a really big mess. So why not just try to make that mess not so bad? Also, one thing I forgot to say while I was recording this is that
I did wrap the original one completely in duct tape, unlike what you see here. That will make it more durable if you want to give it to someone who you think is going to hit things with it, but I was running out of duct tape, so I only did the back and the hilt.
And from here, we paint it. Painting montage, painting montage, painting montage, painting montage.
So yes, I did paint yellow craft foam yellow with yellow paint, but that's because once I paint it, it gives me more of a wet surface to work on as we blend all the other colors out, because our goal is to make the center look like it is the power source, so the center will be darker and it will get lighter as it comes out. As you will see in this montage, it's really annoying and very hard to do, and apparently yellow is worse because you have to mix a bunch of different colors, and it's not as easy as dark blue. I have feelings. I needed to express those feelings. Please enjoy the rest of this painting. Once you have painted the entire front side, you can then wait. Wait for a long time while the front of it dries. While you do that, you can do something fun, like get a haircut. Look at this haircut. Wow, this is why the beginning of this video and the end of this video isn't going to match. It's almost like I filmed it over a bunch of days. Dance party, yay. And once you finish your dance party, you can check to see if the paint is dry. If it is, you can flip it on over and paint the entire backside white, because that's where you're going to write your message. And now that you've used about 10 pounds of white paint to cover the backside, it's time to dream up what this card is going to say. Do you want to say happy birthday? Is it a holiday card? Is it a I need to tell you something card? No, really, I need to tell you this. You need to check your face. And now that we've dealt with that, we can paint our message. I'm doing one that I think speaks from the heart about the latest Star Wars movie. You know, that big impactful moment, the big ending. Oh, crap, that was the wrong movie. No, it's cool, we can fix this, no problem is unsolvable. See? Easy peasy, no one's gonna know the difference, no one will even notice. It's beautiful.
You're also going to need some kind of cloth for the hilt. And for me, luckily enough, so there's these pair of pants, and they're these brown pair of pants, and they were already sacrificed to the craft gods. As you can see, I've completely destroyed this leg. When I made the Star Wars music video quite a while ago, I needed a belt for Rey, and so this brown ended up being my belt. But we can actually use it by cutting a couple strips. You need at least like 2 strips of fabric, unless you know a really fancy way of tying things that I don't. You're gonna need a couple strips of fabric so we can make the hilt and make it look even more like real-time lightsaber-y. I don't have metal to make a metal hilt, or like something to use to be a metal hilt, so we're gonna kind of go the rugged cloth way, because, you know, you use what you got. Now you have a lightsaber. You can use it as a birthday card, as a message. You can hang it outside your window to tell people to go back inside and wash their hands, you know, or you can use it to sass a movie because you have thoughts and feelings. If you want to know all my Marvel feelings, I think the podcast episode of that is either out now or will be out on Tuesday. And listen, this is not the most finessed kind of craft. It's used from just stuff that I had in the house, plus a little bit of yellow paint that I had to restock because I didn't realize I didn't have enough yellow paint for this. We started with some of this color craft foam, got to the power source being inside and all of that, and I'm happy with it. I think the blue one turned out a little better, which good, because that was the actual gift for somebody. If you're stuck inside and need to give someone a thing to be like, hey, it's gonna get better, why not make them a lightsaber out of the things that are in your house? You can pretty much use anything so long as you can paint it a color. And you don't even have to cover it with this. I know Rey's lightsaber doesn't actually have this kind of tie on it, but this is what I had. Makes it easy, makes it look a little bit fancier from the front side. You can put it up after you give it to them, you know, display it like it's an actual lightsaber. Have fun with the stuff that you have in your house. Make sure you tell people that you love them and let them know that you're thinking about them, whether it's with a crafted lightsaber or something else. And yeah, stay magic, people, and be kind to one another. I will talk to you again in the next video. Bye.